Virgo. I mean, you really want to know, so let's find out. Hello, my beautiful Virgos, and those that for some reason decide to spy on their Virgos in this reading. That's interesting. So, if you've never been to my channel, my name is Marcia. Welcome, welcome. If you have been to my channel, welcome back. So, this is going to be the reading where you think of the person. I don't care who it is. It could be ex, next, current, whatever, somebody you got your eye on that you just saw and that you just swiped right on. It does not matter. Whoever it is, think about them so I could tell you what they think of you. And you're gonna be like, wait, Marcy, I just swiped on them. Well, if you guys got together, this is what they would think of you. Yeah, it can be just like that. So let's get started, Virgo. Let's see. Your person, you've got them in mind now. I just moved my laptop over. You got them in mind. Let's see. What do they think of you? What do they think of, you? You got the Judgment card. So you make them think of life differently. You make them look at things differently. You can be a bit argumentative, Virgo, but you have them seeing things differently. Like, I'm sure that you've introduced them to, you probably changed their diet, you probably changed what they watch on television, you could even go as far as changing their religions. Yes, that's how deep this connection is. When you guys fight, it's not pretty, though, I will say that. Ten of Swords in reverse. This is a big, listen, this is a case where they want it to work, but then they see the toxicity. They want to make it work, but Virgo, they're feeling like, look, your smart mouth and the way I receive things just doesn't work out. I've told you to stop talking to me like this, but you still keep talking. Like, what are you doing? Virgo, you may have a tendency to talk with your hands or put your hands in their face or go low blow. Ooh, a Three of Wands. Listen, early on, they saw themselves with you, and this is still the same thing. See, because you've opened them up so much, you make sense. Now, you do have toxic traits, Virgo, but you definitely make sense. Wow, I'm impressed. Now, I will tell you this. I feel like friends and family will say, look, you know, you didn't complain one too many times about Virgo. You might need to cut them loose. So I feel there are people against this union, but you're like, no. You're like, look, sometimes I want to ship Virgo off, but when I see my life, I see them right there. Nine of Swords. Virgo, you scare them. Because you bring out a lot in them. I feel like if you are in tune to this side, you have already been the reason that they've started doing shadow work. I wish they would have done this on their own before you, but such is life. I feel like, listen, you scare them in a good way and in a bad way. Why? Because the connection is very intense. Now, it's very intense, Virgo, but it can also be quite destructive. They don't like having to pick you up off the ground. Like, they don't. They don't like having to pick you up off the ground. They don't like having to appease you. They don't like having to reassure you every 2 seconds that something's okay, that they're not cheating, that this, that, and the other. They don't like how you look at yourself. They don't like how insecure you are. Somebody said something about it. They don't like that you bring up their exes or something. Queen of Wands in reverse. They see you as rather manipulative. Very manipulative. The fact that you will do whatever it takes to get what you want. And they don't see that as fair at all. I mean, would you, Virgo, at the end of the day? Again, Virgo, I feel like you're doing a lot with your hands. Like, I see you grabbing their shirt. I see you demanding things from them. You demanding answers. Virgo, you don't understand that you don't own them. You're only leasing them. You don't own them, and they see that you, like I said, it's again, once again, very toxic. Seven of Swords in reverse. Oftentimes they have to wear a mask to appease you. So you look at them and you still don't see them. They're saying, look, I feel X, Y, and Z about Virgo, but they don't see me. They don't know me. They just want what they want. And I feel this person is questioning, why are you even with me? Why don't you just let this go? It keeps coming up that you have this list of complaints. You want everything so perfect, Virgo. And they just want to make you happy, and it's never enough. There's always another task. There's always another 80 things you want done. And you're not pleased. And they don't like they don't like when you shut down. They don't like the manic episodes when you go from screaming or being aggressive to just shutting down, knowing that you have more to say. They don't like feeling like a kid. They don't like feeling scolded. And I feel like someone in their picture is going to tell them or will tell them. Like, I feel like they will end up in some therapy that you don't even know about. And it's going to let them know that what you're putting them through is something that they've been put through in their childhood. And, you know, it might be the thing. I'm just going to leave it at that. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. No matter how they feel about you, they feel that you are for self. Virgo, this person sees you as very self-serving. They see you as self-serving. They're like, no, she only does stuff, or he only does stuff. They only do things for me. Maybe because it's my birthday, but even then I don't get exactly what I want. Or maybe they're feeling generous. But it's never really about me. It's about what I can do for them. Nine of Wands. For some reason, remember we talked about this earlier, you can't seem to let go. And they don't understand why you just don't let go, Virgo. They see that, and it's almost a case of them now saying, and it's weird because it's like, they're saying it's not exactly that you can't get anybody better than them, but you can't get someone to be your lackey or your assistant, your whatever, like they can. Like, you can't find someone who's willing to put up with you the way they do put up with you. The Devil card in reverse. What they have an issue with is that Virgo, you shut down a lot. A lot. A lot. Virgo, you're always quick to really tell this person, well, they think, as much as you have helped bring out a certain side of them, you've also done your best, they feel, to kind of cripple them in ways. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you put in all this time and effort, you did this, you've bought them this, you've given them this, and you expect this ownership. And when you don't get what you want, you pout, you get feisty, you get aggressive, you get demanding, you become very unfair, short-sighted, and you kind of put your arm up. You don't want to be touched. You don't want anything. If they have given you food, you don't want to eat. Like, it's very childish. And they said draining. Three of Cups. Here's the thing. Your person is seeing you through eyes, and this is what's keeping them. They're remembering the good times, whether they were few and far between. That is what they're holding on to. They're holding on to the times where you guys equally smiled. They're holding on to the times where there was newness, where you guys are really getting to know each other. That's what they're holding on to. Let's see if there's anything else. Anything else about how they feel about their Virgo, this Virgo? How do they feel about Virgo? Anything else? Eight of Pentacles. Listen, they know that, and this is a very, I can tell that this is like, wow, because it's back and forth. They're like, look, don't listen. They do for me, they take care of me, but it takes a lot of work to please you, Virgo. That's what they're saying. It takes a lot of work. And then they're saying, well, it's worth it. They're saying it's a headache, but it's worth it. The Emperor. Virgo, it's your way or no way. There isn't even a in between. There's no in between. It's your way or no way. And they often feel like it's unfair, but at the same time, like I told you, this is the lifestyle that they were kind of bred for, this type of abuse. And you're like, Marcia, wait, I don't abuse them. Virgo, if the shoe fits. Whew. Page of Swords in reverse. Virgo, how do they feel about you? There are times where you make decisions without consulting them. You'll ask, should I cut my hair? They'll say no, and you go off and cut your hair anyway. There are times where you make plans and say that you'll do things and they don't get done. So they can't really depend on you. Is there anything else? I'm getting something about you'll say one thing and do another consistently. Page of Wands in reverse. Slow to move, if at all. You'll pour out your dreams, you'll ask their input, do all this stuff, and then nothing will come of it. And it's there's keep saying the word lazy and unmotivated. Say demotivated, whatever you're saying. They said this is a person that believes in you, believes that you could accomplish so much, but when you get in your head, you just shut down. Like when it comes time to act, Virgo, it just all goes out the window. King of Swords in reverse. This is a case of someone that is very manipulative. They feel like you've said things like you'll go behind their back. You'll go behind their back and contact their family or friends to get stuff done or to uninvite them to certain things. You want this person for yourself, and you will say and do whatever to them or others to get what you want. Virgo, remember what I said early on. I feel like their friends, family is in their ear and saying, look, you got to get out of this. And they know it, but at the same time, they are attached. Is there anything else for Virgo? Anything else? I'll do it 2 more times. Ooh. The Lover's card in reverse. Virgo, there is an intense disconnect. You guys are not on the same page. Meaning, if someone said the sky was lavender, if your partner said the sky was lavender, and the sky has a hint of lavender, and if someone else would come in and say, no, that sky is aquamarine, you would side with the other person that you don't even know. That's how quick you are to battle. And this is an internal thing with you, Virgo. It shut down all you want to, but you've got to listen. Listen, this message is gonna seep in more ways than one. You can shut it off, you can dislike it, you can love it, you can comment and say you're crazy, you can comment and say you're spot on, whatever it is. This message is not going to die off. Because if this person that is really close to you or will be really close to you thinks this, then there are a herd of other people that are saying this and worse. Virgo, you know your shortcomings. And the only way that you can discount them and not even honestly discount them, but is if you were a narcissist. And because we all know narcissists believe their own whatever. Even when they know, they still know. Even when they know it's a lie, they know that that lie is the truth. Listen, don't even ask me. You guys are not ready to usher through life together on one accord. Like you don't communicate the same, you don't love the same, you don't have the same hopes and dreams, you wouldn't raise children the same. If you already have them, you already know that. Like, you're totally different, and it feels like somebody has to be the aggressor, and your person is saying that it's you, Virgo. Your person is saying, look, this is a battle. It's always a battle. Of course, 10 of Wands. Virgo, your person thinks that, listen, you put a lot on yourself, but the lot that you put on yourself is nowhere near what you put on others. Like, you have a strong sense of not being accountable for certain things. Like, you could not pay a bill and then something gets cut off and you're like, oops, well, I forgot to pay it, or oops, well, I needed money for this. Or you go out and buy things. Remember I said, they already said that you do things without consulting them. Your level of respect for not only them, but people as a whole, you're gonna have to kind of look at that and understand why there is such a battle. Virgo, you're gonna have to, at some point, figure that one out. The High Priestess. And then again, after all that, it goes back and they look at you like, well, Virgo has my best interest at heart. I'm going to have to interject here, Virgo, and say, no, you don't. You have your best interest at heart. That's what all this is. You chose wisely. Even if you say, no, Marcia, they chose me. You chose wisely. And maybe you are the voice of reason. Like this person said in the very beginning. You got them out of a lot of mess. You did, Virgo. You helped them. But you don't own them. Knight of Cups. I want to say that, listen, this person feels like you are romantic. This person feels like, you know, Virgo can cater when they really put their minds and their hearts into it. But again, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You'll present a romantic date, and then you'll get mad in the middle of the date and just ruin the whole thing. Anything else? I'll do it 2 more times. Virgo, this has been your reading for what does that person, special person, new person, wonderful person, old person, think about you. If you haven't subscribed, I love it if you subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you just get the notifications, because I am not really throwing these videos out all over social media anymore. Just to hit them on Facebook, and if you see them, you see them. All right? Have a good one. Bye.